Reforestation, a job for us all. Together, we're all facing one of the greatest challenges the world has seen. Our environment is in crisis. There are plenty of sides to this ecological crisis. Much of the world has become polluted. For example, a lake in Baotou, China is very polluted by the factories that line its perimeter. The water is like a black soup. It's thick with poisonous chemicals. There are polluted places like Baotou Lake all over the world. These polluted places show what a big impact we as humans can have on the environment. In fact, many people believe that humans are contributing to a changing climate worldwide. This climate change is considered to be very serious. It may cause polar ice caps to melt so that polar bears have nowhere to live. It may cause oceans to warm and coral reefs to die. It may also cause rain patterns to change, which would impact plants and their ability to survive. The most important contributor to climate change may be the amount of carbon in the atmosphere. Carbon is released from car engines and other things too. Then it enters the air, captures the sunlight, and heats up the planet.
What is deforestation?
Deforestation is considered to be a major factor in climate change. Deforestation happens when forests are cut down and not replaced. About 15% of carbon released into the atmosphere comes from cutting down trees. Currently, about 30% of the world is covered by forests. These forests are home to many animals. In fact, forests are systems where many animals and plants depend on one another to live. The forests also store carbon. So, the more trees there are in the world, the more carbon is stored. When forests are cut down, carbon is often released into the air.
Why do people cut down trees?
Unfortunately, there will be no forests left in 100 years if we keep cutting them down at the current rate. Worldwide, forests are reduced by more than 60,000 square kilometers each year. This is about the same size as the country of Ireland. Depending on how dense the trees are, this is between 3 billion and 6 billion trees. But why do we cut down the forests? The most important factor is the money people can make from cutting down trees. Companies can sell the wood or make paper from it. Other people replace the forest with farming. Some people use the wood for fuel, too. Sometimes deforestation is brought about by accidents like forest fires, which can be made worse by climate change. Cutting down trees contributes to climate change, which then contributes to deforestation.
The effects of deforestation.
What are the effects of cutting down trees? Here are some of the most important ones.
Carbon is released into the air.
Animals' homes are lost. Orangutans, bonobos, and leopards are all under threat.
The soil becomes worse. Without trees, the soil dries out, making it difficult to grow plants.
Water patterns change. The balance of water in the air and on the ground can change. This results in more or less rain than normal. Some areas can even become deserts.
Soil washes away. Without plants to absorb water, the soil can be washed away.
Threats may exist to people who depend on the forest to make a living. A loss of the forest means they cannot earn a decent living.
The Amazon, a case study.
Let's look at an example of deforestation. The Amazon rainforest is one of the most famous cases. It is also one of the most wonderful places on Earth. It is filled with thousands of different animals and plants. It is a lovely green with many rivers crisscrossing it. The rivers are full of fish. Wild, colorful birds cry out before they begin to fly. Lizards crawl up trees. Monkeys swing from branch to branch through the air. Great cats lie in wait to pounce. Local people still live a traditional lifestyle in the forest. The Amazon is a beautiful wonderland. The Amazon is located in more than 9 countries, but most of the Amazon lies in Brazil. It contains 1.4 billion acres of forest. There are many rivers that run for hundreds of kilometers through the forest. These are home to many species of fish. Many beautiful animals also live in the forest, including jaguars and monkeys. Here is a list showing the great number of plants and animals that live there.
40,000 kinds of plants.
16,000 kinds of trees.
5,600 kinds of fish.
1,300 birds.
More than 430 kinds of mammals.
More than 400 kinds of reptiles.
Animals and people of the forest.
Here are 2 of the most stunning animals that live in the forest. The jaguar is a large spotted cat. Jaguars are wonderful climbers and swimmers. The black spider monkey has long hands and feet that are useful for climbing. Black spider monkeys help to carry seeds around the forest so that plants can spread and grow. Many tribes of local people also live traditional lifestyles in the forest. They use the plants and animals in the forest to make their clothes and build their houses. One group, called the Waimiri Altroari, use 32 plant species to make their hunting tools. Sadly, life in the Amazon rainforest is under threat today. 17% of the rainforest has been cut down in the last 50 years. It has been cut down to make room for farming, livestock, and mining. There is a lot of illegal logging as well. Dams providing hydropower have been built within the perimeter of the forest. What's more, climate change is having a serious effect on the forest and its animals.
Reforestation.
The news isn't all bad. Sometimes forests regrow naturally. More importantly, many people have recognized the need to stop cutting down forests and to begin reforestation. Planting trees has many positive effects. It helps animals and other plants to return. It makes the soil healthier. It captures carbon from the air. Some governments are trying to take on the issue. Different organizations are helping communities to plant trees in their local area. Other groups have developed technology to help with the process. Together, many of these groups are moving toward a solution to the crisis.
Saving the world.
Taking care of the environment isn't important in just one place. All of us need to take some action to protect our local areas. For some communities, this means planting trees. For others, it means helping to clean up garbage. For yet others, it means trying to use less energy or protecting local water sources. In the Middle East, one of the problems is the spread of deserts. Hundreds of years ago, there were forests in the region. However, many of these were cut down. Some went on to become deserts. These deserts continue to spread, in part because of overgrazing and the overuse of water for agricultural purposes. What role do you think you could play in helping the world's environment?
Discuss.
What are some examples of cause and effect in this selection? Provide evidence from the text for your answer.